All right, Michael, I have the meat all done right here. Take a look at that, huh?
Chef, I can smell it.
You know what's yelling for that right now?
Cabernet.
Huh? That Cabernet. Hey, y'all, welcome everybody to this wonderful outdoor, under the pavilion here. Cooking with friends is amazing to me. I just love it. They bring all of that passion, that excitement. And at the same time, we can show off this beautiful facility, White Oak Estate and Gardens, here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we're cooking with friends today. And I know y'all all know Michael Casadaban. Not only, I tell you all the time, he's my dentist. That's why I look so good. But at the same time, he's one of the great winemakers, Cabernet especially. He's got great wines, but I love his cab. Mike, welcome to to Cooking with Friends.
Thank you for having me again. Oh. And you know I'm always going to make you look good, whether it's with your teeth, whether it's with that wine on your table, whether it's with that
I was thinking the same thing. I was going to make you look good.
All right. We're going to do this.
Let's talk about the wines first, because I'm drinking a little cab, but tell me about the line you have here now, and then we're going to go into it a little more.
Well, I'll tell you what I brought to you today was Three Rose, and Three Rose is near and dear to me. As you know, we produce this wine. Two of my good friends, along with our winemaker, Kent Jarman, this is our label, Three Rose. We produce a Cabernet, we produce a Rosé, and a Sauvignon Blanc, all 100% at that, because we want it to express from where it comes, and that's Napa Valley.
Well, and as you can see from the board up front, we have Shawn Sagrera's unbelievable meat. I tell you, I'm standing here today kind of in royalty as food and wine is concerned. I mean that sincerely. You with the wines, Shawn with the meat. I've never seen a better meat. I've never tasted a better wine. And guys, I'm not kidding you. This isn't some sales thing here. This is really, all you chefs out there and consumers, you know when you look at this that I'm talking about something serious. And when you look at these labels right here, you know we're talking about something extremely serious. And today we want to concentrate a little bit on cab and meat. But Michael, how has this journey been? How did you get into it, and how have you grown it into where it is? This has to be difficult for people to realize it can happen.
It can happen, and it's actually been an amazing journey, and it's been quite simple. And the truth be told is because it started out with our passion. This was never work for us, and it's still not. We have more fun selling these wines direct to consumer, and it's just been so much fun meeting people, sharing our passion, giving them our wine in a glass, expressing everything, talking about it. It is just another way to bring maybe Napa Valley home to Louisiana, and that's what we've done.
Well, and one of the things that we as chefs are always searching for is that perfect pairing. We're always wanting people to sit at our table and just shock them with the quality of the food and the quality of the wine. Those marriages are made in heaven. And chefs have to really think long and hard about how do I compose these flavors that when they meet, it's what we call the perfect pairing of food and wine.
No doubt.
How do you address, now of course we have meat, so we're thinking about red wine, but does white and rosé or other wine, does it complement meat as well? Or is it the palate of the drinker?
It is the palate, and it's very much so. And I'll start off by telling you, a white wine in beef, there's nothing wrong with that for a person that may not even care for red wine. But I'm going to tell you that you have to gravitate to more of a weightier wine. And the reason I say that is because there are very few but simple pairings that you can get across to somebody to make it so easy. There's sweet needs sweet. There's fat needs acid. There's acid that needs acid. But one of my favorites is fat and tannin. So tannins need fats.
Well, right.
And that is the beauty behind red meat. And what that essentially is saying is that red meat needs red wine, and specifically Napa Cabernet.
Well, before I get too far away, I know everybody out there is thinking, how do I get it? Where do I get it from? I mean, even Shawn, who's going to come out here in a minute, with the meat, how does he get it? Because you're two guys who have the best of the best, but it's not in a grocery store. You can't just pick up the phone and call some retailer. They have to be able to get it through your sources. How did he get your wine?
Well, and that's true, and both of us, so Sagrera Farms. And
come on in here.
Yeah, Shawn, come join us.
Come on in. You can stand right there. This is the guy. This is the guy with all the meat right here. No doubt about that. Go ahead, Michael.
So both of us have a very similar model, and that's direct to consumer. And it's very interesting because we don't have quantity. We have quality, and that's
Right.
what we want to focus on. And it's very easy for us to sell our product to get it into the right hands of people who are really going to enjoy it. And that's what we both do.
Well, what I want to say to everybody out there, both of these guys are just creative geniuses on what they do. The meat is exceptional. The wine is stands on its own. And I cannot help but just be so proud to be standing next to these two guys, and you can see it for yourself. I mean, it's incredible. And that right there, two marriages made in heaven.